everybody, and welcome back to the Firehouse Podcast. I hope everybody is doing good. Thinking about ways to improve this and ways to get this out into the public a little bit more. Because I already have gone to my fire station and told the general population about it. I'm really just trying to think of another way to promote this other than just sitting here doing nothing about it. I posted on Facebook a couple of times, and I shared that post into other fire department related Facebook groups. And I didn't get any hits on that. But I really am trying to grow this, and I'm trying to make it good. And all that. I really feel like this could go somewhere. And I feel like it could help people in the long run, especially that little online chat room in Discord, message to Facebook to get added to it. All right. So to start it off, we have a news story from out of New Hampshire. A highway closed after a crash, leaving a logging truck hanging over a wall. What kind of wall are we talking about here? Logging truck flipped over in a crash that has left its trailer hanging over a wall on a highway. Southbound side of interstate, whatever the fuck. The truck driver and the driver of the sedan that was also involved in the crash were taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The video showed the truck's cab flipped over and blocking traffic on the highway. Dangling trailer partially blocked the road below. So I wonder if it's like an actual interstate, or if it's just something different. I'm thinking interstate, I'm thinking highway with fast speed, 70, 80 miles an hour, but this thing is making it seem like this bridge that it flipped over on, or road that it flipped over on, hanging over a wall. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused on that. Hold on, let's see if there's any photos with this. Hello. Okay. Okay. I got it now. Why is this here? Who the hell's news is it? Okay, so it's kind of it is an interstate. It's just it's adjacent to a different off ramp, and the highway itself is elevated, but it's all solid, and then it's hanging off there onto the exit ramp. Well, damn. Okay, that's kind of cool. Not cool for them, but if you were responding to that, it'd be kind of cool. Let's see what's next. Ouch. Sorry. An Iowa fire department set to receive award from the United States Department of Defense. What do they do? I wonder what they did. In late August, it's mid-August. The Council Bluffs, the fire department, will be recognized in Washington at the Pentagon for their support of the National Guard and Army Reserve members. The award is the highest government honor for employees supporting current and former service members. The Council Bluffs Fire Department is one of 15 recipients of the 2024 Secretary of Defense Employer Support Freedom Award. That is a long name. Being selected from over 17,000 nominations from employers across all 50 states, firefighter Anthony, I don't know how to say his name, Firefighter Anthony, who also serves as a first sergeant in the U.S. Army Reserve, led the effort by nominating the Council Bluffs Fire Department for the 2024 Freedom Award. Oh, okay, so I guess, yeah, they're just nominated or on their way to go get their award or go to the award ceremony. Sorry. Yeah. TikTok candy melting Jensen's Pennsylvania boy to hospital. What? Alright, we're not going to read that one. Alright, let's look at some states. Let's see what some states. We'll do my state first, South Carolina. There's only two? Okay. New fire station breaks ground. Former to mark historical roots. St. Paul's Fire District is breaking ground on a new fire station along Hyde Park Road in Ravenel today. Just getting a new fire station. That's always good. Love getting new fire stations. Seeing them all over the country. It's a good thing, especially that little ceremony at the beginning. Whenever you get your first truck, pushing it into the bay, or pushing them into the bays. It's always cool. I've not been able to do that yet, but I'm hoping I will be eventually. Yeah, let's see what else. New York. Is there anything cool going on in New York? Firefighters rescue trapped resident from Brooklyn blaze. 3 firefighters injured. Oof. Firefighters rescued a person trapped on the second floor of a multi-family dwelling in Bath Beach on Thursday morning. Sorry. The fire department began receiving calls about a fire at 3:35. Oh, I'm a little bit stupid. Okay, never mind. 1535 Shore Parkway. I thought it was saying the time, but it does the stupid AM PM stuff on this. At 8:30 a.m., units arrived to find smoke coming from a second floor apartment. Ladder Company 168 quickly located the victim upon arrival and left. The fire left dozens of tenants outside with their babies and pets. The victim was transported by FDNY paramedics to Staten Island University Hospital in unknown conditions. 3 firefighters were also taken to a medical center with minor injuries. Firefighters used a hose line to extinguish the main body of the fire. Searches throughout the apartment and the floor above yielded no additional victims. I'm just gonna voice this out there right now. FDNY firefighters are badass. I personally think, are the coolest motherfuckers on this planet. They do, like, especially like whenever you're just getting started and like you get past the interview process with FDNY. I watched a video a while back, and I think their training process it's long. It's one of the longer ones that I've ever seen. I'm googling it. Hold on. How long is FDNY? How long is FDNY Fire Academy? It's an 18-week course with classroom and physical fitness program for their probationary firefighters. Fire Academy students can expect to complete about 600 hours of training total over the course of anywhere from 10 to 24 weeks. This includes fire suppression, medical response, hazardous materials, collapse, confined space rescue, auto extrication, building inspections and procedures, and how to run and maintain engine and ladder operations. So yeah, they have one of the longest ones, and I think in the video somebody had said that it was one of the hardest to go through because there is no ifs, ands, buts about it. You got to take that skills test. You're getting tested on every single skill under the sun because you do that at least once a year, probably more than once a year, honestly, with how big New York City is. Wow, yeah. Props to them for getting that victim out. I'm happy to see that it said that those firefighters only had minor injuries. That's one of the other things that this podcast and that we're trying to do here. Go to Facebook or go to like the channel itself. There should be a link for a GoFundMe. You donate to that, and we will take that money and put it to an organization that helps pay for firefighters' medical bills, rehabilitation bills, and I think it was physical therapy. Then it said, yeah, physical therapy. But pretty much anything that has to do with medical or even mental health, we'll donate that money to that organization, and they'll help some of these firefighters who need a little bit of extra, need a hand with that kind of stuff. Crews battle neighboring house fires in Syracuse. Firefighters responded to a vacant house fire on blah 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 street in Syracuse Wednesday morning. The Syracuse Fire Department responded to the house at approximately 6 a.m. And found a 2.5-story home engulfed in flames. The fire quickly spread from the vacant home to a home next door, and firefighters transmitted a signal 99. I don't know what that is. Oh, it says it in the next sentence. Bringing additional resources to the scene. As additional units arrived, crews were split between the two buildings in what essentially became two different structure fires. Firefighters fought the vacant house fire from the outside while crews moved hoses inside the home next door to stop the flames that were spreading into the second floor attic. Searches for occupants in both buildings were proved negative. So another house fire in the state of New York. Props to them. If I see if I'm rolling up on a house fire in like a very suburban neighborhood where nowadays these houses are less than 50 feet from each other, not only, even if it's not fully involved, if it's contained to just inside the house and it's not shooting out of any of the windows, I'd probably still call for additional resources and mutual aid, just because in my area it's mostly volunteers. You have some paid people every now and then in certain stations, but still, if you're relying solely on paid people, it's not going to be enough crew. So that's why I'd call other departments to come and help, and especially protect the exposures to it, because I don't want to be fighting a fire or monitoring a scene where there is a fire, and then all of a sudden, because I don't have enough people, an exposure gets dragged into it. So that's good on them, even though it was already like that whenever they got on scene. that exposure was already compromised and on fire. But at least it wasn't as bad as that vacant building being fully involved, to the point where they had to do exterior only. But yeah, good job to the Syracuse Fire Department in New York. Alright, next one. 9/11 firefighter hero from... I have no idea how to say that. Beyond me. Remembered with street naming. A firefighter from wherever who worked on 9/11 and the aftermath of the attacks at Ground Zero is being honored by the Tower of Oyster Bay. The family of FDNY firefighter Thomas W. Anderson Jr. came to Town Hall for a what the hell am I having a stroke? Ceremonial dedication. A street is being named in his honor. Anderson died in July of 2023 at age 61 after a 9-year battle with 9/11 related cancer. Thomas loved his community, his city, and country, and will always be remembered for his bravery. Well, rest in peace to that man. Yeah, that's another thing that the GoFundMe works towards. Obviously goes to help pay for firefighters' medical bills, and medical bills lumped in there is like cancer treatments, your chemotherapy, your radiation, whichever it is. It helps pay for that if you need a hand with that. But yeah, good for him. Not dying, but like doing what he did and stuff. Yeah. Firefighters hospitalized following building fire in the Bronx. Fire officials say that a firefighter is recovering in the hospital following a fire Tuesday night in Morris Park. The FDNY say the fire started on the first and second floor of a building located on Bogart Avenue a little bit before 8 p.m. Fire took firefighters nearly an hour to put out. The injured firefighter was taken to the hospital to treat for their injuries. It doesn't really say what kind of injuries. I wonder if it would actually list what injury it is, or if it's just that one little thing. But my best guess is probably some burns. It doesn't say what kind of injury he had. But yeah, I'm sure it was probably just some burns. Hope he gets better. What other state could we do? Let's see. Whoa. Check out Pennsylvania. One dead in fiery crash in Lancaster County. Lancaster County Coroner's Office has identified the victim killed in a vehicle crash and subsequent fire Thursday morning. I'm not going to say his name out of respect to him. According to the Robert Fulton Fire Company, firefighters responded to the scene at 5:50 a.m. Pennsylvania State Police say the Lewis. What does that even mean? I don't know. Pennsylvania State Police say he swerved off the road, colliding with a tree. The vehicle then caught on fire shortly after. First responders were unable to remove the trapped driver due to the nature of the incident. It always sucks. It doesn't happen a lot. I mean, I don't know about anywhere else, but around where I am, fiery crashes don't tend to happen a lot. It's either you have a crash or you have a fire. I cannot remember the last time if we've had any. since I've been at this apartment. Excuse me, sorry. Um, well, like that always sucks. Showing up on scene and knowing that there is an occupant in the vehicle and you can't do anything about it because of the the nature of the incident. It's the car is like in too bad of a position, and it's on fire, or like, yeah. um Again, with like even just crashes, sometimes you show up and this car is just incredibly mangled. It either takes you too long to extricate the patient, or the patient is already um, gone whenever you get there. But that's what this is. You show up, you go to work every morning, or if you're a volunteer, you get up out of your chair, you gotta leave family dinner out of nowhere because you get a call, and you, no matter what it is, no matter what the pager says whenever it gets toned down, no matter what your phone says, if you have active 911 or um, any other kind of like active alert type app, no matter what it says, might not always be the right thing. Not trying to put it on dispatchers, because they do good. They do a lot of good. Obviously, they're the ones that answer the calls, but sometimes they don't provide enough information in the short report. But that's also not their fault, and it's also not the person that's calling 911's fault, because they could be in shock. But still, with insufficient short reports, you don't really know what you're getting into. And even if you do have a very in-depth report that you can read while on your way to the scene, it could still be drastically different than what you read or what you heard over the radio. But that's the fire department as a whole, no matter where you are in the country. Sorry, excuse me. But yeah. What other state could we do? Excuse me, sorry. Let's see, Oklahoma. I think tornado season's over, so I don't think we'll see a whole lot of like tornado related news stories on here. Yeah, I don't think we'll see any. Pardon me, sorry. I do not know what's going on with me. I haven't yawned at all today, but as soon as I start trying to record this episode, the yawns and the little burps, they all start coming out. Authorities investigate after plane crashes south of Guthrie. Pilot suffered no major injuries after the plane they were flying crashed Wednesday night. The crash happened just before 8:30 p.m. About 6 miles southeast of Guthrie Edmond Regional Airport. Authorities reported. The Logan County Sheriff's Office reported that the pilot was able to get out of the plane and was checked out by paramedics, but did not require being taken to the hospital for treatment. The pilot was the only occupant of the plane. Officials described the plane as small. I mean, holy crap. I think that's pretty crazy. No matter what kind of plane you're flying, whether it's big, small, no matter the height, because you're still moving at a pretty good speed. I mean, you gotta be moving quick to get up in the air like that. But to be flying a plane, and no matter the height, no matter the speed, and then crash, and then not required to be taken to the hospital for other treatments, is nothing short of a miracle. That's crazy. Wow. Uh, that's insane. What other states are there? Ooh, they added something new to the dailydispatch.com, which is where I get all my United States fire news. They added a new thing, so whenever you're going to look at, because there's like a little tab where you can choose different states and get news stories from the states, which is usually what I do, or from select states. They added a new one at the bottom called Wildland Fire, so you can go look at different stories that deal with wildfires and stuff, especially in like California and all that. Um, Fire in Washington prompts evacuation. An ongoing wildfire on Mount Jupiter has prompted a level 1 and level 2 evacuation notices for the residents living in the surrounding area. This means residents can either voluntarily evacuate or should be prepared to potentially evacuate. Over 100 firefighters from around the nation are being mobilized to assist the local, state, and regional firefighting crews. The fire initially was reported as having expanded to 4 acres. Wow, wait, I wonder when it started. It doesn't tell me when it started. Who knows? Large air tanker stationed in Texas aids in wildfire defense efforts. That's one thing I am very interested in doing. I really, really want to be a wildland firefighter. I mean, like on top of being a firefighter where I'm at my department now, or at least, oh, sorry, excuse me, or at least in like the surrounding area. In addition to doing that, I want to be a wildland firefighter. Just because I don't really know why. It's just like an itch I need to scratch, something I want to get off my bucket list. Because the few, we call them brush fires around here, but they get to a certain extent where you call it a wildland. But the select few brush fires that I've had around here, I mean, some have been big, others have not. Just something about, because like especially around my area, it's not like just open dry grass. Most of the time, it's dry forest. Because you can go weeks without rain. And then because my area around here is dominantly pine trees, so you have a lot of pine needles that have stacked up over years and years. So whenever it starts burning, it burns good and it burns quick because it's pine needles. I mean, but like it's just something about being back in the woods with either by myself because resources are stretched thin, or with a small group of people with a rake, and then one of those portable backpack like you know the weed killer stuff that's in the backpack, and you gotta pump it up and then spray it. We have a couple of those just filled with water, but having a rake and having a little water sprayer backpack thing, just something about that, and then walking around putting out little fires and making like a little fire line, keeping stuff in the green and pushing half burnt stuff into the black. It's just I think I'm very good at that specifically. So that's why I have like I feel the need to go and do something with wildland firefighting. yeah. So I think that's it for this episode, guys. If you are interested in being caught up on new episodes, obviously you can subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get notifications every time the video is posted up to YouTube. But you can also go to www.facebook/The Firehouse Podcast and like or follow that page. And everything we post will show up on your Facebook feed. Or you can go to thefirehousepodcast.godaddysite.com and see our website that also has links to our YouTube channel and links to our Facebook. Also, if you are interested in being added to our online chat room on Discord, where firefighters can come together and talk about their experiences that they don't want to have to bring home and drop it on their family, and make their family worry even more than they have to. Or you're just upset about something that you had to deal with on the job, something you saw, something you can't get out of your head. Our Discord is a great place to go because you can communicate with other firefighters who most likely or definitely have experienced that same thing and have maybe gotten over it. Or if you got mental problems or mental health issues, we have a little section in there for you to talk to one another about those kinds of things, so you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on therapy. You can talk to other people who you can bond with, who have shared experiences like that, to maybe help you out a little bit. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Tune in every Saturday for a new episode. I'm hoping that this is the last week that I have not the best of microphones. I should be getting a package in the mail soon about a couple of microphones, so hopefully they will sound good and we'll have a little bit of better audio. Hopefully also we will finally start to be able to get video podcasts, not just audio only, physical video, so you'll be able to see me, and if I have a guest that episode, you'll be able to see them too. So yeah, check back every Saturday for a new episode. Yeah. Remember, message to Facebook if you would like to be added to the Discord. Like and follow the Facebook. Subscribe with the notifications on YouTube and never miss an episode. Alright. See y'all.